Here we are, only about a half a year after the release of Cars on the Road, and with Road Rumbler Lightning McQueen, this is pretty much the last major variant of him from the show that needed to be released as a diecast. I mean, let's go through it. You have, of course, just regular Road Trip McQueen from the first episode, Cave Lightning McQueen from the first episode, Nothing from Salt Flats. Episode 4, that was Cryptid Buster Lightning McQueen that came out a couple of months ago. Episode 5, Circus. No, maybe they give him the clown nose, but yeah, it's pretty minor. Episode 6, what was episode 6? Was that Trucks? Oh no, I missed one in there. There was the Lights Out episode, which of course he didn't change into anything. Trucks, obviously not. Then Road Rumbler, and then the movie episode, of course, as well was in there. He was Deputy Lightning McQueen, which they already did back in February. And then the wedding episode, he didn't change at all. So they can't really do much more for McQueen out of this series. I'm not really sure what to think. Did they shoot their wad too soon, or did they capitalize on the hype and strike while the iron's hot? Kind of in between on that one, but I am very excited for this version of McQueen. He looks awesome, super cool. Some words I would like to use, but I probably shouldn't. I mean, this guy just looks incredible, so raw, and again, who would have thought going into the first Cars movie that over 10 years later we'd be getting apocalyptic versions of these main characters. We'd be getting dinosaur versions of them, caveman versions. It's just crazy. But yeah, this guy came out of 2023 singles case J. However, he debuted in case G. And so it's great that he came back because I was able to get him through J, since G currently is MIA in terms of resellers. I have not been able to get him or get that case from a reseller, but I have been able to get case H, which will bring another Road Rumblers character in Jeremy, so definitely stay tuned for that in the next week or so. Very, very excited for that. And yeah, I'll leave the link for the case J unboxing, perhaps one of the best cases in a long time, because it also included Road Rumbler Mater, and that was his first appearance, so I will be reviewing him soon as well and doing a comparison between the two. We're also going to compare this to the Mini Racer version and the Disney Store version, so a lot of good stuff here in the cards. All right, 2023, new for 2023. Obviously, we know Road Rumbler Lightning McQueen, Cars on the Road. His expression is kind of crazy to me. I don't know. He doesn't look like this at all in the episode. He's always freaked out. He's always scared, or he's just kind of ticked off because he doesn't want to be fighting against the electric or the whatever cars, the environmentalists. He doesn't look, this is like Cars 1 cocky Lightning McQueen expression, and that is just not who he is in the Road Rumblers episode. So yeah, I kind of find it funny, but it is nice artwork. It shows off all of his doodads, exhaust pipes, the beard, the mohawk, the scoop intake, all that good stuff. On the back, as seen in Cars on the Road, you have Gearston Marshall, long ago. Kelly Beambright was in case B, or case G, my bad. He was in case B first. G, so that was with Road Rumbler McQueen originally. Then Cryptid Buster Mater was in case H and J. Westfalanapus only in J so far. Maypillar Derev was in E to begin her stint, and I think she also returned in J. And then Breaker Boggs here, the Thunder Hollow Pity, who really should not be on this card back because he's from Cars 3, not Cars on the Road, but he will be coming in a 5-pack exclusive to Walmart and also a single pack. So some new stuff on the way for sure. Definitely one of the best years for collecting, at least in my opinion, because of just the sheer volume of new releases and also the diversity among them. Just a lot of different stuff. So yeah, keeping it fresh. Let me open this guy up here real quick. There were 2 of them in case J. That makes for a happy docket because I can keep one in the package and open one as well. It makes for a real happy docket. What also makes for a real happy docket is when the packages come off that cleanly. I mean, did you guys see that? That was such a clean snipe. I really enjoyed that. All right, so there is Road Rumbler, Road Warrior, Apocalyptic, Mad Max, Lightning McQueen in the show. I think they did a nice job. From first glance, I think they nailed all the aspects they needed to do for him. This might end up being my favorite McQueen variant out of the show. That's just my first impressions. I just think he looks really good. Okay? All right. So I love this new expression they gave McQueen, and it's super underrated, you know? Whenever we get a new McQueen expression, it usually comes on something that is so special, and it just kind of overshadows the new expression. You know, like the cave version of him here. He's got a nice expression, different for sure, but it really is kind of overshadowed by the fact that he is, you know, meant to look like a caveman, right? And all these other expressions are pretty basic, pretty standard. Like this one, I'm not a big fan of. That one's really basic. Deputy McQueen, just super basic, just super ring guard, you know, not a big fan of it. But this is awesome. Again, a little bit too cocky, a little bit too swaggerish for what he's actually portrayed and depicted as in the episode. But I really do like this expression for sure. And I love the just dirt, nasty detailing they gave on him, making it realistic for being out there in the wastelands. And he does obviously have this plastic shell for all of his add-ons here. You know, he's got the intake scoop here, which clicks into the hood. You can see the little slit right there. That looks good. It's nicely detailed as well. It's not just a piece of gray plastic. It actually has a little bit of granulation to it, a little bit of weathering, and same thing with the shell here. I mean, it looks great. It looks greasy, dusty, sandy, dirty, whatever you want to call it. And it's a little flexible, as you can see right there, but I wouldn't try and break it off or anything. It is locked in under the base. S10A means he was made during the 10th week of 2023 at the A factory in Thailand. You got the big exhaust pipes popping out, which are a part of the base. So that's really cool because he doesn't normally have those. You can see they're much flatter and shorter, whereas here they bend all the way out. So that's really good to see that they had to change up the whole base just to go that extra yard. Now, what's interesting about this one is that they went for the full-on black outline around the windshield. They don't usually do that, like you could see on the regular road trip version here. You could see on Cryptid McQueen. They don't do that really at all. You can kind of see a little bit of it on the Deputy version, but definitely not as prominent as on Rumbler McQueen here. So it's kind of a different look and honestly makes for a very unique McQueen. As if all this other stuff wasn't unique enough, right? Because, yeah, he's got a mohawk here. Super cool. It's a little flexible. They also completely changed the body in terms of the metal body for him because they accommodated for the mohawk. They put a metal strip down the back window there, which is crazy. You know what I mean? That's not accurate. Like, you can see that even the Disney Store version has it here. It's got the normal back window and all that stuff. He doesn't have this additional piece, I don't believe, on the back. I mean, why would he, right? They didn't weld a whole new panel onto his back window. So, yeah, that's a little inaccurate for sure, but it probably made it easier for them to secure this into place, and it looks great. And the spoiler here is actually a part of the main metal body. And this is also something interesting because when did this all happen? When did these modifications transpire during the episode? Because now this definitely took some time. I still don't fully understand what went on here. Did they put this around, like a casting around the current spoiler? Did they remove his old spoiler and find an exact fit? Just a little spikier and a little darker? I mean, I don't know. It looks cool, but I'm still floundering around about how realistic applying all these things were. You know what I mean? But yeah, it made for some fun in the episode for sure, and definitely looks cool. But yeah, it's die cast, and it's the only add-on that is. You got the gas cap there, which looks good. You got the bumper here, the spiky bumper. He does still have his 95 back there, which is a nice detail. You know, again, that is something more realistic because they didn't just wipe out all of his decals. They just added a whole bunch of stuff, along with the little center hubcap pieces right there. The gray center hubcap pieces, which are not present on other versions. And yeah, just take it in, all the grime that they put around him, even on the roof. Big old smile. Just looking great. Just a wonderful looking vehicle. And let's compare him to some of the other versions we have here. Not the McDonald's one, though. We're not going to do that. We have the Mini Racers version, which just came out recently in a 3-pack with Rumbler Mater there and Chiefess, so a pretty good pack. The Mini Racer went for the brown doodads. I still think it did a pretty good job. You know, they also went for the metal spoiler there. Similar structure. You know, they also have the grime on him. Yeah, it's kind of weird. See how the decals are way higher here? You can see the 95 and all that. This is way lower. Whereas here, everything is covered up. So that's kind of the distortion of the Mini's bodies that you guys may notice with some of the characters, is that they're not proportionally scaled down. They make some parts, you know, they make some parts more smaller than other parts, if you guys are catching my drift. But yeah, I cannot wait to compare this now to the Disney Store version, which is an absolute hunk of garbage straight from the depths of hell. I hate this so much. It doesn't roll. It just kind of skids along. You put the shell on here. It doesn't clamp all the way into the base. It is just horrible. I hate it, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, this piece looks good. That one's good. The Mohawk's not great. It doesn't go all the way really into the back there. After a while, that'll pop up. But the shell is really the issue here. It just doesn't look good at all. At that angle, it looks okay, but you can see it doesn't come up all the way around the fenders there. It just looks loose. It's like he's got... Look at that. Did you guys see that? See, that's why it's so bad. I just complimented this intake, and it then just popped right on off. But yeah, it looks like he's got his pants down around his ankles. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is the definition of it right there. So I just hate this Disney Store one. And if you want to see me rant about it, I have a whole video on that. Because this also is supposed to transform into Deputy McQueen. Which gosh, it looks even worse than it looks as Rumbler McQueen. But that is all, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we get Cap and Longleggy soon, because we don't have too many characters from the Road Rumblers episode. We have the Chiefess Mini, which is kind of cool and all that stuff. We're getting, you know, we have Rumbler Mater, which I'll be opening up here soon. I'll be opening up Jeremy here soon. But there are a lot more characters in that episode, like Squat, that will all be coming soon. And I'm very excited to get my hands on them and recreate the episode. Alright guys, I'll see you soon. Check out GetMeCollecitlbes store in the description below, by the way. Got almost everything. He's got this car for sale, so if you want it, he's the place to go. As always, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.